and welcome to The Brief. Here's a look at your trending stories this morning. President orders compensation for those injured in the Ratu Paswala incident. Constitutional Assembly convened to prepare the draft for the new constitution. Panama Papers puts 3 Sri Lankan companies in the spotlight. President Maithripala Sirisena has permitted to grant compensation to the 33 people who were injured in the Ratu Paswala incident.
The President's Media Unit stated that President Maithripala Sirisena has permitted to grant 4.68 million rupees as compensation to the 33 people who were injured in the incident. The President's Media Division said that the presentation of compensation will take place on the 8th of April under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. The President had taken this decision following the recommendations made in the report of the committee that probed the incident. On another note, Justice H.C.J. Madhavala was sworn in as the acting President of Court of Appeal before President Maithripala Sirisena yesterday.
The Constitutional Assembly, chaired by the Speaker of Parliament Karu Jayasuriya, convened for the first time yesterday.
Parliament commenced its operations and activities as a Constitutional Assembly, a motion which was unanimously passed in Parliament recently. What is notable is that all 225 parliamentarians are included into the Constitutional Assembly and the sessions took place in the parliamentary chamber.
The aim is to prepare a constitution that meets the requirements of a country after seeking the opinion of the people and using the powers of the articles in the constitution. Let us now prepare ourselves to work as the Constitutional Assembly, where the task would be to create a draft constitution together with all parliamentarians.
7 deputy chairmen of the Constitutional Assembly were appointed today.
The 7 deputy chairmen are Tilanga Sumbadipala, A. Adikalanathan, Kabir Hashim, Dr. Sudarshini Fernandopoulos, Tilak Marapana, Mahindayapa Bivadana and Dr. Nalinda Jatissa.
I second that proposal by Honorable Lakshman
Kiriya. Carried. ඊළඟට ඇත්තේ ස්ටියරින් කමිටුව සඳහා අන්තිමට 21 දෙනෙකු පත් කෙරීම.
කරු ලක්ෂ්මන් කිරියල්ල මහතා
I propose that Lakshman Kirwella, Nimat Siripala de Silva, Rauf Hakim, Vijaydas Rajapaksa, Susil Premajanta, Richard Padudin, Patili Champika Ranavaka, D.M. Swaminathan, Manu Ganeshan, Malik Samar Vikrama, R. Sampandan, Andrew Kumar Disanayaka, Dilan Pereira, Dinesh Gunabodhana, Dr. Jayampati Vikramanatna, M.A. Sumandiran, Dr. Tusita Vijayamana, Bimal Ratnayaka, Prasanna Ranatunga, and Douglas Devananda be appointed to the committee and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe be appointed as chair of the committee.
The steering committee will be tasked with preparing the draft for the new constitution, and their first sitting took place today as well.
Panama Papers that created a stir around the world has put Sri Lanka in the spotlight alongside many countries across the globe.
The scandal of the Panama Papers has rocked the global rich and the powerful. An interactive map on the investigation marks Sri Lanka on it as well. The map, published by the Irish Times, is titled as Secret Companies Around the World. The interactive map clearly indicates that 3 Sri Lankan companies with 3 clients and 22 shareholders have been listed in the report. With the objective of finding answers and delve deep on the matter, Newsfirst wrote to the ICIJ to understand whether any Sri Lankan or Sri Lankan-based organization has been listed in the Panama Papers. We are awaiting a reply. On an earlier occasion, the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists exposed a database called the Offshore Leaks, where addresses of Sri Lankan companies had been listed. Many politicians here in Sri Lanka over the last few months had exposed details of money laundering activities. No concrete action is yet to be seen from the authorities, despite the claims made by the higher echelons of the government during the last 1 year. However, in a significant move, neighbouring India had welcomed the Panama report, while France, Australia and Iceland and even India had already launched investigations into the findings.
And that's a wrap of the brief for today. For the News First team, I'm Aisha Pinto, reminding you to stay briefed.